This is just trying to get us to oppose the war. But we didn't send our boys over there to lose. We need them to stay strong so that another country won't fall to communism. And when they do come home, they don't need to hear hate for things they had no control over. Having to listen to people scream and call them baby killers? Our soldiers deserve better than that. Don't people remember that our military was just going to advise the South Vietnamese troops? Then, the incident in the Gulf occurred. If the North Vietnamese didn't torpedo our destroyer that was in international waters, then the Gulf of Tonkin resolution wouldn't have been signed. And the increase in our soldiers to actually begin fighting overseas never would have needed to happen. In my opinion, we are having success in Vietnam, especially with Operation Rolling Thunder. The bombardment of bombs will definitely give us an advantage and weaken the Viet Cong. Not to mention Operation Starlight, the first major U.S. ground battle, which we won dramatically. This whole war, if you think about it, is helping the Vietnamese people claim their freedom too.
Dear Betty, I overheard my parents today talking about the war. It was hard to just stand back and listen, but we both know that adults don't always take kids' opinions seriously. I wanted so badly to shout how the footage being shown wasn't being used to weaken the public's support of the war, but to get others to see the damage being done. It was awful seeing children run away from the toxic, harmful chemicals in Agent Orange and from napalm explosions. Even more devastating was the My Lai massacre, in which hundreds of unarmed civilians were killed. How a government can allow such a thing is beyond me. I'm not writing this to try to get you worked up, and I also want our troops to come home safely. I know they aren't responsible for what is happening in Vietnam, but it's hard to support a war in which all our men are being wounded and killed for something you know can't be won. As we saw with the Tet Offensive, the shocking attacks by the North Vietnamese made it clear it was going to be a longer end to the war than we thought. They even managed to get into the American embassy courtyard before being stopped. With many other attacks on South Vietnamese and our troops, it's no wonder so many people are wanting this war to stop. Not to mention the government's response to the protests, with the fear of tear gas being thrown at you, and the shootings which left 4 people dead at Ohio Kent State, and just 10 days later, 2 more students were killed at Jackson State University in Mississippi, all by law enforcement. I hope you can give me some encouraging words to ease my fears of continuing to speak out against this war. Your friend, Caitlin.